I think find a job you like and the thing you love, hold safe and nurture and protect.
Yeah.
And I don't mean you can't share it with people, but just value it and don't pull it apart and don't compromise it and don't attach money to it and don't attach your self-worth to it. And I don't know how you can do something you love as a job and not do all those things.
Welcome to Advice Accreditation Bureau, the comedy podcast that pokes fun at modern day life advice. My name is Andy Prokopas, and this week I'm joined by comedian and creator of Breaking the Musical, Steph Broadbridge. Steph, welcome. I spoke to our mutual friend Beck Melrose yesterday, and I was asking, I was saying that we were catching up today, and asked her, can you tell me anything about Steph that'll make me look like I know what I'm talking about? And she said, Steph is the most devoted auntie.
Okay.
And so I guess my first question is, being the Advice Accreditation Bureau, does your nephew listen to your advice?
Oh, I don't have any advice from my nephew. I get advice from my nephew.
Okay.
He inspired Breaking the Musical.
Oh, really?
Yeah. One of his favourite catchphrases is, I did it, and I wrote a song called I Did It.
Great.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I learned from him.
How old is he?
4.5. But he knows more about the world than I do.
Yeah.
I feel like you know what you're doing when you're a kid, and then you learn the wrong things for 30 years, and then you try and go back to being the child again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, whereabouts does he live?
He's in Melbourne.
Okay.
With my sister, which makes sense.
Yep. That does make sense.
It'd be so weird if I had him.
Yeah.
He'd also be dead if I had him. But I would have tried really hard.
You're not a plant mum or a pet mum or a...
No. I can't have anything in my house that needs any kind of nurturing.
Okay, you're really painting a picture of the type of advice that you're about to give. So we might start with, Steph, what is a piece of advice that you absolutely swear by?
So I don't know if this was advice or something I just came to from years of trial and error, but it's just because you're good at something doesn't mean you have to do it. That's kind of my mantra for the last couple of years. Yeah.
Was there a point where you did think you needed to do something, or?
I just think people are wired that way. I don't want to speak for you.
Sure.
But and I don't want it to sound like I'm bragging either, but there's some people that are naturally good at quite a few things, and I think that they really struggle. I would put myself in that category. I'm pretty good at a bunch of stuff. I'm not amazing at one thing.
Yep.
So that means you're constantly doing the other ones.
Sure.
You know, you're not the lead in the musical because you're too good at hair and makeup and you can play flute.
Yeah.
And do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you want to be the lead in the musical, but you don't do that because your skills can be used elsewhere and you get self-worth from being helpful.
Yep.
But if you keep following that, then the resentment builds and then you just become a person that's why not me? And it's could it be all of the choices you made your whole life? Is that why it's not you?
Yeah.
So that's...
Yeah, no.
Is that good? I don't know.
No. Have you ever heard the advice to be strategically incompetent at things you don't want to do?
I haven't heard that advice, but I have dated that guy. Shout out Dave Henning.
I didn't know you and Dave dated.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah.
That's not a scoop for the Advice Accreditation Bureau, is it? That's old news that
That's
I just never.
Old news.
Okay.
Yeah. Weaponised incompetence, he calls it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's the king.
Is he?
At that, yeah.
Oh, I love Dave so much until hearing that.
No, he's the best at it. He's so and open about it. Yep. And I admire him because if I spend more than an hour with him, I will do his laundry.
Okay.
And I don't even know how I'm doing it, but I am.
But at the same time, I do think that there are roles within any relationship, friendship, partners, etc., and not gender roles by any means, but there are I am the social planner of my relationship.
Okay.
And so I will put something. I pretty much control the diary, and Chris.
Do you want to do that though, or do you do it because you're good at it?
Well, see, this is where it becomes a no-win situation for Chris, my boyfriend, where I would hate for him to start doing it, but at sometimes I get really fed up with having to do it.
Yeah, that sounds normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you do everything and then you resent them for it. That's a healthy pattern in a relationship.
It's not so much that I resent him for it. Also, he'll hopefully be watching this. But it's more just I resent it, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm trying to not do. I mean, I don't mean like do the dishes and make your bed and all that crap. Like obviously do that.
Yeah.
But I will just catch myself in jobs, and even in a job that I love, I will do the shit kicker stuff because something in my brain goes, yeah, but you can just do it quickly and then it's done.
Yeah.
But then you spend your whole life doing you can do it quickly and it's done, and you never get to do the cool thing. Or you do get to do the cool thing, but you don't get to put as much of yourself in it as you want.
How did you find that divide with breaking?
Well, that was breaking.
Yeah.
It was admin and spreadsheets and organising and booking flights and sewing costumes and when what I wanted to do was star in a musical.
Yeah.
You know, and some of them I loved, like the directing side of it I loved because I'm a control freak.
Yep.
And actually the making costumes I loved.
Yep.
Because that was like meditation.
You didn't have to spend too much time on my costume.
Actually, I scrolled Temu like for about 6 hours to find the right costume.
My white pants, yes.
But no, you weren't wearing a lot. And thank you.
Oh,
the crowd thanks you. My mum's friends thank you.
Yeah.
you got the boomers all riled up. They loved it. They're like, is that lovely young man the beautiful one? Is he? I'm like, no, he's not. No, Mum.
And then I had my mates who came along, and you were telling me about the friends of Andy Procopis.
Yes, I can't take credit for this. I think it was Eden. It was either Eden or Jared, one of those two little nutcases that are just the funniest munchkins in the world, came up with the term saying, instead of saying you're a friend of Dorothy, if you're a hot gay, you're a friend of Andy Procopis. And I loved that, and that's been a little in-joke. Yeah. And then I ended up doing a story club with Shane Jenick.
Courtney Act.
Yep. Who I was like big fan and got a little bit starstruck. I was just there with Beck, and then the first thing Shane says to me is, which one of you guys knows Andy Procopis? I was like, okay, so it's real. Yeah. And then I was like, how do you know Andy? And he goes, gay.
Yep.
And that's an answer. And I love that that's an answer.
Yeah.
That makes me so happy that you can just have that as an answer. How do you know so-and-so? Gay. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. I remember being at my 40th birthday, and Freya was emceeing, and she spoke to the front row. And
why did you have an MC for your 40th birthday?
So I did a stand-up night.
Of course you did.
Yeah. So it was 1 year after I just started doing stand-up.
Oh, that's really
and
cute.
I thought, this is a novel, fun thing to do. It was a hoot. I headlined after acts much more experienced and much funnier than I was. But so Freya was emceeing, and she asked the front row, and she's like, oh, how do you know Andy Procopis? And all of them, without just out of their mouth, gay.
Yeah. Also, going to your solo shows and seeing your audience. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a Gaga film clip in there. It's psychotic.
Look, there's some pretty scary Gaga, but I know what you're talking about. My friends are very attractive.
Yeah. People that come to my shows don't look like that.
Back to the advice of just because you're good at something doesn't mean that you need to do it.
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly agree. Like, it is, like, do what you want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little pattern I found myself in for a long time. And it's a pattern I see in friends that I admire and think are super talented and multi-skilled as well. And I think the fact that I saw it in people that I love, that made me latch onto it even longer, because it was a part of people that I liked. And then it's really hard to see something as a negative when people you love are doing it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But then I was like, this is not healthy.
Yeah.
for me anyway. I'm not going to tell anyone else how to live, although that is the point of this podcast, but I don't want to. But for me, that was the best thing, was like just catching myself doing something really miserably and being like, is this what you set out to do today?
Yeah.
Or have you got a little bit sidetracked again?
Totally.
Ticking boxes.
It can absolutely derail, like there's those micro moments, and they kind of build up.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you've lost a day, you've lost a week, you've lost...
Exactly. And you feel productive. So it's like this toxic positivity almost of like, I did all these chores, but it's like, yeah, but you didn't do anything fun, and you can feel your soul slowly dying.
Totally. There's a great quote of, there's nothing worse than doing an unimportant task.
Even the flies like you more.
The flies chiming in. It's got something to...
That's a hot fly, if you didn't know. There's a hot gay fly. It wants Andy. It likes my comedy, but it wants to fuck Andy.
No, there's nothing worse than doing a really good job at an unimportant task or something to that effect.
Yeah, right. Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Well,
just spending ages on a border for a school assignment. That's Steph in a nutshell.
But not anymore, because you swear by...
I think I still do it, but that's, it's one thing to have a mantra, it's another thing to actually do it. Yeah. So it's more I'm more at I catch myself and try to stop phase. I'm not cured.
Yeah. Look, none of us are, but it's floating around the top there.
Yeah.
No, I love that. So absolutely going to accredit that advice.
Great.
We'll move on to the bad advice. So plenty of bad advice out there from a lot of unqualified people. Have you seen anything or heard anything or been given something that you just go, hang on a second?
For me, I mean, obviously, because you and I are friends and I'm having a sort of weird time at the moment. So the worst advice I think I got was to find a job that you love and you'll never work a day in your life. And that sounds so beautiful. And I feel like it's part of the whole being a 90s kid and being told you can do anything you want if you believe. And that's kind of how we were brought up. And then we're all a mess now because we haven't done it. Or we have done it and realized that we don't love it. Yeah. Or whatever. But to me, that's the worst advice ever, because what you've done is, first of all, it's so hard to find something you actually love, right?
Yep.
That's like such a special, it sounds so wanky, but it's so special to have something you love. So then why would you monetize it?
Yep.
Or contort it into this strange thing that then has to sustain you? All you've done is ruin the thing you love. This is not funny. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
I don't know if it's supposed to be.
No. Yeah.
But I feel very passionately about this. I think find a job you like and the thing you love, hold safe and nurture and protect. Yeah. And I don't mean you can't share it with people, but just value it and don't pull it apart and don't compromise it and don't attach money to it and don't attach your self-worth to it. And I don't know how you can do something you love as a job and not do all those things. Yeah. Yeah. Now, had I made millions of dollars from what I love, maybe I'd be having a different conversation. But as someone who failed, I say it's crazy. I regret it.
Yeah. But we were talking earlier off mics before about like the whole regret piece. But do you not feel that you've done whatever you've needed to do, right turns, wrong turns, etc.? Essentially, they're just turns that has gotten you to this point. That is the platform for the next step. Yes, and I don't regret any of the creative choices I've made, and I don't regret any of the decisions I'd made in terms of trying to be the best I can be at it, honor it. But what I regret is all the anger and resentment and bitterness, and the word poverty is offensive, but whatever the middle class equivalent of that is. And lack of comfortability in my lifestyle that I've attached to it. Yep. That's what I regret. And yes, it's made you who you are, and it probably informed some of the art, and if we're being positive, then sure. Yep. Yes,
it was all part of the one thing, but I wish I'd had a little bit of separation.
Of course.
And I think it's healthier if I do in the future.
Yeah. And I spent a good part of my life doing a job that I did, like I enjoyed. Like, would I say it was my passion? No, but I really enjoyed going to work. And I did my best to climb the corporate ladder and succeed and like gave it my all, like worked long hours and was happy to, and just progressed through the company until one day I just didn't enjoy it and call it burnout or whatever. And I remember speaking to my psychologist at the time, and he gave me this piece of advice that the job you do, like, you don't have to love the job that you do. Yeah. You have to love what the job that you do enables you to do outside of that. And so because I was earning this salary, it meant I could go on holidays, or it meant that I could have lunch with friends, or it meant that I could gig and not have to have the pressure of making money from it. And that little flip definitely helped me kind of go, oh yeah, that's right. I think it's too much pressure, to your point, to get everything from...
Yeah, I think it ruins it.
100%.
Pressure is exactly the right word. Like, it changes how you look at it. And I just don't think there's a healthy way to do it. I think you either compromise what you want it to be. And to me, as someone who's worked in the arts for a long time in various little jobs like stagehand, stage manager, box office coordinator, those kind of jobs. Yep. The closer you are to the thing you want to do, the harder the job is. Yeah. Right? Because you're too close.
And you can see it.
So that's fucked.
Yep.
But then the other side is, this is my art, you can't have it. And that's not good for money.
Yep.
You can't make money that way. You can make beautiful things, but you can't make money. And then you feel like you failed because you didn't make money.
Yep.
So then you associate it with a negative thing.
Yeah.
And that ruins it. Yeah. I'm obviously talking about myself too much, but
no.
I feel like other people maybe relate a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like, I think that quote, and I don't know who we're attributing it to. Let's say
the internet.
Yeah, the internet.
Idiot.
Confucius, whoever.
Stupid internet.
I think in a world that is like people who are under increasing amounts of pressure don't need to like feel the pressure to have their cup filled or find purpose within like a Microsoft spreadsheet. Like
exactly. But then you say that, but most of my job as a comedian is Microsoft spreadsheets. That's the other part.
Totally. Yeah.
It's not the fun stuff we do. I will do that for free all day, every day.
Sure.
That's the fun bit.
Yeah.
It's the other 90% that's sending emails and networking and chasing invoices and coordinating teams and staff and festival applications and graphic design and posters and deadlines, and you're essentially just doing an admin job. So if you don't like admin, which most of us don't, this is not a good job.
It's running a small business.
Yeah. And I don't want to run a small business.
Yeah.
I don't care what the product is.
Yeah.
That gives me no joy.
Yeah.
And the idea of paying to do that is so depressing.
Yeah.
And insane that I think, personally, and it's up to everyone else, but I just think if you are going to pursue the thing you love as a job, just really think about what does my everyday look like, right?
Yeah.
What does my everyday look like? Is my everyday sitting at home at the library going, when am I going to write? I need to write something, or I can't do the show, which means I can't do the blah. And is that going to stress you out? And is that going to make you feel bad? Or do you like that? And if you like that, then absolutely do it.
And not to blow smoke, because I just think you're not the best. I think your art is incredible. Like, you're one of the funniest people I know.
I don't think I've ever made an art, but
you have made plenty of art. Art is subjective, Stephanie. But I find the more pressure I put on myself to create, the worse it is.
Of course.
Yeah. And so,
yeah, because it's tricky, isn't it? Because we're also entertainment. We're both.
Yeah.
We're that crossover, which I love. I love also being entertainment.
Yeah.
I love that sometimes you make a choice because you're just like, this is fun. And I think that's really cool. I love stuff that's fun.
Yeah.
As much as I love stuff that's clever. And I love when you can do both. I'm like, wow, that's the magic for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a tricky one because like so much of it's like I feel like the pressure, it does obviously come from inside, but it's when you start thinking about what's so-and-so doing? What was this person going to think? What will the reviewers say? What's everyone else doing in the festival?
Yeah.
Has this joke been done before? And as soon as those little voices come in, the joy gets sucked out of the thing. And people can sense when the joy's gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
They might not know why, but something feels flat in it and you can't really articulate what it is, but you're just like, this felt like work. And if it felt like work, I didn't enjoy it as an audience.
And this isn't meant to be pejorative, but like at our core, we're all sensitive creatives, like who have a lot of feelings and are in touch with them.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you can absolutely tell when it goes. So
yeah, and unfortunately, and I'm probably going to offend a bunch of people saying this, but I feel like the people that are the best at doing art as a job are not the best at making art. They're the best at doing the job.
Yep. Yeah.
And I'm not saying they're bad.
No.
But they're not the best.
But
and if you're striving to be the best, then you're actually getting further away from being good at the job.
But it's, to your earlier point, they're good at all of the little things, and it's that sum of parts that...
It's still incredible that you're good at that. Like, I'm not shitting on anyone successful, of course, but yeah, that's what makes you good.
Yeah.
And you see, and it's a lot of people sitting in green rooms going, how did so-and-so get that? I'm like, they probably have a 12-page spreadsheet.
Totally.
They're probably working 9 hours a day. They're probably hustling for those spots once a week. What are you doing?
Exactly.
You're sitting here going, ugh.
Bitching.
Like, that's why.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you're not the kind of person that wants to do that and has the drive to push like that and you feel uncomfortable in that space, then why are you trying to do this job and why are you trying to compete in a space that you don't enjoy? Because
in reality, that is the job.
That is the job, and it doesn't stop.
Yep.
That's the job at every level.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so because it's bad advice, I join you in revoking it.
Great.
Yep. So it's, wholeheartedly agree.
Yes.
Now we're moving on to our listener question.
Ugh.
So we've had someone write in under duress because this is a new podcast and I've made my friends write.
Yeah. Love that.
I've made my friends write in. So here is a question from Greg.
Greg?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Greg. Thanks for listening. I've always wanted to say that.
So my friend keeps bringing his new boyfriend to everything. And he's fine. I like the guy. But sometimes I wish it was just us. Should I say something? If so, what should I say?
Yeah. I love that question. Because there's no right answer. As someone who's always single, I'm on Greg's side.
Okay.
First of all.
Yep.
So I think there's two ways that Greg can play this. I think step one, you don't say anything and you just let that resentment slowly seep out of you in little nuanced ways, like the odd eye roll or the way he eats his chips starts to bother you and you can't really figure out why. And just let that ferment over a period of time. And I feel like maybe this new boyfriend and him, maybe they get married. And you're awful at the wedding because you don't respect the relationship. Maybe you drink too much. Maybe you go off a little bit. And he doesn't want to be your friend anymore, and that causes you to become sort of an alcoholic and isolate yourself from your other groups of friends. You've lost your job. And then what will happen is he'll be concerned about you because there'll be food on your coffee table that hasn't been touched for weeks maybe, and everyone's concerned. So he'll come over to see if you're okay, Greg, and you're not. So he'll send you to some kind of alcoholics retreat, not one of the religious ones, one of the nice ones, and you do recover and you come back and you're sober now, but you do need to talk to someone about it. So you start to call him every day. And his husband now resents the fact that relationship is more important to him than his husband. And that relationship breaks apart, and then you get him back. So you can do it that way.
Let's call that option 1.
That's option 1. Option 2 is you say, hey, can we just hang out the two of us sometimes? So either of those works.
Why bother with clear communication?
Exactly.
It's like, that's...
I mean, personally, I'd probably do option 1. But I'm not you, and I don't want to decide on your behalf.
As colourful as option 1 is,
yeah,
I think that is terrible advice.
I think it will work.
Look, and it may. I think there is rolling of dice. Die.
Yeah.
There's rolling of die at multiple points there, where you're hoping for a very good outcome in a very unlikely good outcome situation.
Disagree. I think
Whereas
it will
clear
definitely
communication,
work.
just straight in.
I think clear communication will probably, probably do that.
Yeah. So I'm going to accredit. I'll accredit option 2. Now, before we wrap up, Steph, anything you want to plug at the moment?
We're doing Breaking the Musical in Canberra.
Great.
I don't know if you have any Canberra fans. Great. But it's selling really well. So please come. We're very excited to perform it again.
Yeah, great. When's that?
Oh, March 21st.
And tickets from best way to...
Canberra Comedy Festival.
Great. Amazing.
Or my Instagram.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. Excellent. Steph, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you.